Okay, why did Barbara and I come up with this catchy title to catch your attention? Is that basically Chinese Whispers, Chinese because I've been posted to a Chinese school in Tenom. And Whispers is because when initially I went to the school. Can you go to the slide that I'm...
Oh, no. How do I get into the slide?
No, just press down. Barbara's more nervous than I am, so...
I'm useless with these things.
No, don't worry. We'll work together.
Okay.
All right, so this is, basically about me. My name is Zhang Zichen. That's how you pronounce it. But I would like people to address me by Amy because that's much easier to remember and to pronounce as well. Surprise, surprise, I'm from Kuching. Yeah, I'm local here. I'm a TESOL graduate. And I'm minor in mathematics. I graduated from So yes, my first posting to the school was in 16 January last year. So I'm very, very new. I'm a very new teacher. And my first posting is at Sabah. So I have taught children from age 7 to 12 last year, year 1 to year 6. And I'm teaching English, mathematics, and music. So after this, I'll be sharing, like Barbara said, when I initially went to the school, I was quite disappointed, to say the least, of how the attitude towards English was, both from the pupils and also the teachers, who were then quickly getting rid of their English periods to the English optionists. That's me, right? And we'll see what develops from there. Yeah, last year when I arrived, it was around the time of Chinese New Year. So they had this lion dance thing, okay? Cast and crew of the Chinese Whispers. Yeah, that's the crew of our school, the teachers. And those are some of the kids from the school. As you can see, mostly are the natives of Sabahan. Okay, and next one. Yeah, like I said, why Chinese Whispers? Like Barbara has said, most of the Sabah natives are in our school, very little Chinese, and so the language, English, is not their second nor their third language. So they need to pick up, for the natives, they need to pick up their mother tongue. They need to pick up BM. And because they're in a Chinese school, they have to pick up Mandarin. And then comes English. So you can see from counting, it's for them, it's their fifth language. So basically, I'll just say that it's a foreign language to them. Yeah. So I can sense the common fear from them. When I walk into the classroom, I'm like, oh, Cikgu BI is like, the English teacher. So they'll keep silent. That basically is a good thing, but when you want an interactive classroom, you go, oh, your heart goes down to your stomach and how am I going to get these kids to interact with me when they're so afraid of trying out the language, of experimenting with the language, of even trying to say something in English. So I thought of ways, I had to think of ways to involve them. So besides that, there are some obstacles that I face environmentally from the school. There is the occasional floods, which would affect teaching and learning because the school would be off and we would evacuate the kids, or else they'll be swimming in the waters and something might happen. So school will be closed if the floods is getting too serious. So if I'm having English period that day, boom, gone, my English period, maybe for that week. Because as you have seen, Barbara have shown you the table, that Chinese schools have very limited face time with the kids as compared to SK school. So that's a very sad thing for me. Sometimes there's a lack of useful resources and teaching aids, but I've learned that from the workshops I've attended. You can make your own resources. So that's not a big problem for me now. Yeah, and as I said, limited face time with pupils. Yeah. And yeah, more problems. School community, there there's a lack of motivation on language acquisition, learning as a whole. Yeah, they are not very inquisitive, they are not very initiative, and they are not very enthusiastic. So that basically sums up what I have to face at school. And there's poor attendance. I've been researching why they do not come to school. Some just are not interested to come to school. They said they didn't come to school because they woke up late, so they didn't want to come to school. Some just said that their parents said, you don't have to go to school today, it's okay. So even the parents are having this attitude of, it's okay not to go to school. So poor attendance. And I always see children with lost books. Teacher, I didn't bring my book today. Teacher, I didn't do my homework today. They will report to you. You don't need to, you did not do your homework. No. First thing you go into class, good morning, teacher. Teacher, I forgot to bring my homework. So you get all sorts of reports even before you start your class. And there's a lack of exposure and interest in English, as I've already said a lot of times. Their family is not interested in English. They don't listen to English songs. They don't watch English programs in the TV. I don't think there's internet access around that area. So basically, you can imagine how the English exposure is there. Basically none, right? So, and the teachers, my colleagues also, I see that they lack confidence to teach because they are not English optionees, which I think is not an excuse. Yeah, okay. Let's see. So this is typically what I do in a classroom, okay? Storytelling and some action songs and sleeping. Yeah, sometimes I do all these so-called interesting activities and I still find kids sleeping in my class. Yeah, which is very discouraging and demotivating. So I told this to Barbara, and we thought that something must be done to face all these problems. We couldn't just let it be. We couldn't just, ignore it and, it's fine. It's HJKC, we don't care about English. We just care about Chinese. No, because we also have pressure to back up our English passing rate, right? So we decided that we and 2 more English teachers who were quite surprisingly enthusiastic about this new program that we've come up with, okay? Why is the topic volunteers? It's because we have come up with a program, after-school program, mind you, not during the school. And we were quite surprised at the outcome of the students who were willing to join the activity. We don't really have a name for the activity, but it's just an after-school English language communicative activity time for the kids. And they were not forced to come. We passed out a form and asked who is willing to stay back after school and to join these English activities. They will be carried out by their English teachers and also Ms. Barbara. And look at the outcome. I think this is almost 80 to 85% of the total children we asked if they're willing to stay back for the activities. And we were really, really surprised, despite the attitude towards learning English, but they're willing to stay back and join this activity. And those are the 2 teachers that I mentioned that posed for Barbara, the pictures. Our school has after-school tuition on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. And Wednesday is for co-curriculum, and that leaves us with Thursday. Yeah, so we quickly grabbed the Thursday in case anyone wants to take that time up, and we couldn't do this. So yeah, me and Barbara, we discussed with the GB, and she allowed us to use that time. Yeah, so here are some of the activities that we've tried out with the kids. Okay, this is a hand-drawn snake and ladders on the cement floor at our school. We use colorful chalks, and we draw up all the squares, 100 squares. Goodness gracious. And I want to thank Mr. Lee for that. He was doing all the drawing. And the second day he said, ouch, my knee hurts. Yeah, you know, you have to bend down and you have to draw the line and all that. It's not that easy, but I assure you the outcome was fabulous. The kids were fascinated by something drawn with chalk on the floor, and looking at the drawings of the snakes and the letters and the numbers, they were like, you know, kids, colorful and yippee, it's time to play. So yeah, it came out pretty well. And it was carried out by having task cards. You can have any tasks, any questions for the kids, and then you put them in groups. And if it's quite a big group, you know, we involved every children in it, and we have 4 groups, and you need to have the big dice as well. It looks small here, but it was quite big. And then you ask them to throw the dice, and basically the counters would be the children. The children will be the counters. They will be moving along, and in their group mates will help them to answer the questions. And if they answer the questions correctly, they can move along the board. If not, they'll have to stay and not get the chance to move. Yeah. So that's the extension of the game. You can do all sorts of activities. We did dictation as well. Some of the group members answered, and some of them have to go to the board and write the answers. For example, they see the picture carrot, and the group mates answer, it's a carrot. And the other group mates near the whiteboard would not have to face them. They couldn't face them. They have to hear, oh, carrot, and they have to quickly go to the whiteboard and write the correct spelling of carrots. That's a bit of an extension. It's a bit difficult, we found out. So but it was fun. They did like the game. Yeah, so you can do various activities with the snake and ladders. Yeah. And we also did something quite interesting. It's the first time for me as well. It's almost like a voting system, but there is only the option of yes or no. This is the part where we wanted to know what is going on in their minds. You know, we don't really need them to always, you know, talk and, you know, elaborate very complicatedly. So we did ask a question like, do you like studying English? Yeah, as the second teacher. Do you like studying English? And we teachers were quite afraid to look at the results. But look, we gave them the marbles, and most of them put yes.
All except one, actually.
Yeah, all except one. There's only one marbles at the no. So it's quite a surprising result from the initial reaction we saw from the children, right? So they do like learning English. So, and then we asked what activities do they hate, you know, so that we can avoid it. As you can see, they do not like writing essays. They do not like reading. That's a bit sad. And they do not like vocabulary. But they do like spelling games, and finding answers. Maybe that's word search. Textbook. Right, some of them said they like the textbook. They like singing and they like stories. So from there, actually, we could conclude that, well, yeah, we should either avoid or think of better or interesting ways to conduct the activities that they do not really like. We also did some activities with authentic songs, which all of you would have the good chance to try out later, okay? Yeah. Basically, they fill in the gaps of the songs, and then they try to predict what is in the lyrics, and then we play the song, they listen to the song, and they fill out the gaps. Yeah. And after that, as an after activity, we ask them to go in groups, and they can sing the song together. With actions. Yep.